Before tanks, there were far more terrifying weapons on the battlefield. They weren't made of steel, and they didn't run on engines. Yet when they charged forward, even entire armies could be forced to retreat. Some shattered enemy lines, some carried vital messages, and some became part of the strangest military tactics in history. So which animals did humanity use to win wars? Here are the 10 most fascinating war animals in history. At number 10 on our list, the terrifying monster tanks of the ancient world, war elephants. These massive armored towers raining that down upon enemy lines provided an advantage ordinary infantry could only dream of. Thundering across the earth under the control of their riders, these giants were not mere animals, they were unstoppable, the most devastating siege weapons of their era. Number 9 on list features one of the most brutal yet unbelievable tactics in military history, pigs coated in tar. In those times when it was thought impossible to stop the enormous elephants in the enemy arms, ancient commanders found on a situation in this method. The animals were coated in tar, set on fire, and released directly onto enemy lines. The rising flames and echoing screams were enough to terrify the mountain-sized animals. The out-of-control elephants in fear retreated and attacked their own armies. At number 8 on our list are the fiercest and most fearless vanguard of the battlefield war dogs. Chosen when they were mere puppies, these animals were molded into savage war machines through intense training, tested even within the brutal confines of arenas. Their strength and evolved into lethal weapon. The historian Plinius the Elder wrote about how terrifying these dogs were in the battle and the fear they caused when attacking the enemy. When the drums of the war sounded, they were no longer pets. They formed the vanguard at the very front lines of the army, the ruthless and unstoppable shock troops breaking through enemy ranks first. At number 7 on list are the secret weapons of the skies, war pigeons. One of the most extraordinary and cunning tactics history began with capturing these innocent birds and turning them into lethal arsonists. Commanders wanting to infiltrate enemy lines would equip the captured pigeons with flammable substances. As soon as the pigeons hit the roofs, total chaos broke out. The flames spreading through the fluttering birds quickly turned into a massive fire swallowing the whole town. A single bird was enough to reduce an entire city to ashes. At number 6 on list is the smallest yet most terrifying nightmare of the battlefield, war bees. When breaking through enemy walls or massive armies proved too difficult, ancient commanders turned to unthinkable method, loading giant beehives directly onto catapults. Powered by immense tension, these catapults were fired to launch the hives high into the sky. And when it was thrown towards the enemy, a great commotion ensued. And at number 5 on list, rats. The deadliest weapon wasn't always a sword. Sometimes a tiny body flung over the castle walls was enough to dump a city. Blinded by superstition, the church had a rat's greatest enemy, cats. Rounded up and eliminated. Without cats, rats overran storehouse, unleashing history's most terrifying plague, the unseen that buried millions and changed the world forever. And at number 4 on our list, camels. These desert giants were true masters of ancient warfare. Archers fired relentless volley from their towering case. while shock troops used them to charge straight into enemy lines. When rival armies faced them, the unfamiliar sight and skinned completely panicked enemy cavalry horses, shattering their formations in seconds. Highly resilient and easy to feed, they carried supplies across harsh terrain and could march for days without water, turning the dead of night into the perfect time to regroup, water your beasts, and to prepare for the next dawn of slaughter. And at number 3 on our list, horses. They were undisputed engine of ancient combat. Their cavalry charged could shatter enemy lines in seconds, swift, powerful, and deeply bonded with their riders. They turned ordinary soldiers into unstoppable forces of destruction. From pulling war carriers to leading devastating flank maneuvers, history's greatest empires were built on the backs of these noble beasts. Up next is one of the weirdest and most terrifying secret weapons in the animal kingdom, bats. During World War II, the US came up with one of the craziest ideas in history to defeat Japan, bat bombs. Millions of bats were frozen into hibernation fitted with tiny napalm bombs and dropped from airlines in special containers. Waking up in mid-air, the bats would seek shelter to hide from the daylight, flying straight into the attics and roofs of Japanese homes. When the timers went off, the bombs would detonate, turning entire cities into massive infernos. Fortunately, the development of the atomic bomb got this wild plan cancelled. Up next at number 1 are the smartest agents of the seas, military dolphins. During the Cold War, both the US and Russia trained these creatures for covert operations. Thanks to their superior sonar capabilities, dolphins were used to detect enemy divers and locate mines. Today they are still actively on duty, playing a critical role especially in port security and bomb disposal operations. So behind that cute look, there is actually a professional underwater commando.